The critics reviewed planes, trains, and automobiles. Now, it's time for us to roast the critics.
Thanksgiving movies are in short supply. Well, more like stupid supply, but come on, Groundhog Day has better representation in film. But Planes, Trains and Automobiles has always been a Thanksgiving favourite for the last 37 years. Actually, let me rephrase that. John Hughes has always been a holiday favourite, despite the title not observing the almighty Oxford comma. It's almost as aggravating as Popeye's not having an apostrophe. Fun fact, the last film John Hughes directed was also Steve Carell's movie debut.
Tessio, go and notify Albert that we have the situation.
Rotten Tomatoes shows that Planes, Trains and Automobiles received 87% from audiences and 92% from critics. This is one of those rare instances where the critics are more right.
What the hell just happened?
However, that makes the ones who panned this film all the worse. Kathy Burke from United Press International says, "The film barrels along with a bumbling zeal, but it's comedy at its most predictable. Unless it's The Sixth Sense or Seven, virtually every movie, ever, is predictable on some level." Also, Planes, Trains and Automobiles didn't set out to subvert anyone's expectations. It was made purely to bring holiday cheer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't describing it as a film that barrels along with a bumbling zeal an endorsement for a comedy? Janet Maislin from New York Times says, "The film does have its scattered moments, but too often the audience has as much reason as Del and Neil do to wonder where, if anywhere, they're going." Like our other humorless friend Kathy, Janet is overgeneralizing her critique. She says, "The film does have its scattered moments. Every film has moments, and they're all scattered and often rearranged to make cohesive moments that completes the entire picture, just like grass blades are scattered to make up the whole of a lawn. Snowflakes are scattered to assemble layers of snow, or else to fill your tumbler with tears." I guess she hasn't seen a Christopher Nolan film yet. She might still be watching reruns of What's Happening. J.R. Jones from Chicago Reader gives Planes, Trains and Automobiles a 41-word review, which is nearly a tenth of the length of the title of the movie. His second and last sentence says, "Pretty dispensable, though it has one of the best homosexual panic gags I've ever seen." True, and in 2024, it still makes us laugh. This is why Hollywood needs to go back to doing old-school comedies like this. Have you ever heard of a homosexual who was offended by this scene? I haven't either. Bring back homophobe jokes.
Not all of you was asleep.
Oh, good. My box came in just in time for the holidays.
CAMDUCK? What's that? Did you order another toy for your Jeep?
No, it's not that. So you know my nephew who just got released from prison?
Roger?
Yep. Well, he's coming to spend the holidays with us.
He's a convicted felon.
Well, times are tough.
He stole the K from a Kroger sign.
He wanted people to think the store was named after him. But not to worry. This little doohickey will catch his every move.
How so?
You see this black screen? There's a hidden camera behind it.
So what's with the 2 USB ports, the Type-C port, 4 regular plugins, a security piece, screw, pick, and SD card?
I love having normal everyday conversations with you.
So all you do is plug it into the wall?
That's it, and it looks inconspicuous.
But what's that extra thing sticking out?
That's a security piece that plugs into the lower outlet.
So what's with the guitar pick? Was that just a freebie you got because of your band, Avocado Squash Nuts?
Actually, it's used to pop this cover off so you can slide the memory card into the back of the reader. Then you can plug this USB port into your computer so you can watch what's going on.
Does it have an HD camera and motion detection?
Yes, and yes. It only films when there's motion in front of the camera.
Oh, look. The manual says CAMDUCK works off Wi-Fi.
Yes, but put that away so I can keep verbally explaining this to you.
But it says here...
It has a large angle lens which goes 120 degrees.
But won't he get suspicious when he sees a red light blinking at him in the middle of the night?
No, because there's no indicator light, even while it's recording.
What if we're out getting groceries from Kroger? Will we be able to see the camera remotely in real time?
As long as we keep it connected to the internet, it can remotely record videos, pictures, playback, and other functions. You know, in case you don't want to use the USB port.
Well, now that it's set up, let's download the app. Should we get one for his girlfriend so she can watch his every move?
Absolutely. But let's get a few of them so all his girlfriends can have one. Just click the affiliate link below to purchase your CAMDUCK.
Wait, what are you talking about? Affiliate link? You're acting like we're being watched.
Don't worry, just go with it. Use the affiliate link. It helps the channel grow.
Your nephew's here. Quick, hide the toothbrushes.
No need. I've already got CAMDUCK set up in the bathroom.
Oh, good. That's a relief. Wait, ew, gross.
Now, do you want to watch that in 1080p or 4NP?
Angel Luis Inuria from El País, Spain, says, the movie falls into the trap of wimpy and bland sentimentality. Excuse me, but the sentimentality is the best part of this movie, except for when Steve Martin is yelling the F-word at the car rental lady. No, driving on the wrong side of the freeway is the best part. Actually, no, the chatty Cathy scene. Oh, forget it, it's all the best part. Everything about this movie is the best. John Hughes, we miss you. John Candy, we really miss you. And Steve Martin, we hope we don't have to miss you too soon. Just when you die, do it on a weekday so I can take the day off from work to properly mourn. I don't want it to cut into my weekend plans. Because the critics got it more right than the audience, I'm going to randomly select 3 audience reviews and roast them in a lighting round. Ready? Satin B says, didn't like it the first time, and the second time was just as boringly predictable. Of course the second time is going to be predictable. You already know how it ends. Did you lose your memory in a pineapple accident? Stephen Paul C. gave the movie 5 out of 5 stars, but says, LOL, the funniest 1 hour and 32 minutes ever, ages 17 and older. I know the movie is rated R, but come on, I showed this to my 5 and 6-year-olds and all I had to do was skip the F-word scene, just like I did for that one scene in the King's Speech. Never mind that they didn't like either movie. It's not my fault they can't relate to the pressures of holiday travel, and the only king they know anything about is King Mufasa of Pride Rock. Subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when our Lion King videos come out next month. This final reviewer remains anonymous and you'll see why in a minute. Giving the film 2.5 stars, he or she says, you know I really want to like this film. No, I do not know that. There is absolutely no evidence that supports that. This person continues, but Steve Martin's constant bitterness and negativity just makes me want to yell at his ass. I hope Steve Martin is watching this, because I'm sure, like many A-list celebrities, he has stalkers.
I know you, don't I?
But he might want to consider leaning in on this one if he's into that sort of thing. Maybe this reviewer would settle for Spanky Joe instead.
These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
And as far as Steve Martin's character being bitter and negative, that's how the jokes are made. It's the odd couple effect, a gag that will quite frankly never get old. And now it's time for our most honest review of planes, trains and automobiles. This week's most honest review goes to none other than the legend himself, a man I often disagree with but respect nonetheless, Roger Ebert from Chicago Sun-Times. He says, the movies that last, the ones we return to, don't always have lofty themes or Byzantine complexities. Sometimes they last because they are arrows straight to the heart.
Will Smith and Kevin Hart are slated to star in the PTA remake. Comment who you would cast in those roles. Have a movie request for us? Consider becoming a patron and we'll accept your suggestion as a thank you. The link is in the description.